Hey guys, it's EV from Royce USA, coming at you from Inglewood, Colorado, the Gandalf of goalkeeping. As we approach the end of October and the beginning of November, high school playoffs are starting to creep in. College playoffs, conference playoffs will start first week of November. For goalkeepers, as we get closer to the playoffs, what are the things that we need to do in order to give ourselves the best opportunity to play well during the playoffs? We know as goalkeepers that mistakes in the playoffs cost you. Playoffs are one and done, one and go home, right? And so you've got to make sure that as a goalkeeper, your training for playoffs needs to include the basics: basic catching, basic movement, basic playing with feet, basic directing your defenders. Make sure you review setting up your walls for set pieces defensively. Make sure you review where you want your players defensively on corners. Sort of do a review and a refresher course on what your strengths and weaknesses are. In other words, for example, you don't want your fullbacks or you don't want your defenders playing a pass back to you to your bad foot. You want them to play it to your good foot. So practice that a little bit with your defenders. Coaches will take care of this for you, but as a goalkeeper, you have to approach the playoffs as a challenge. You know, this is an opportunity for me to shine. You don't want to go overboard, you don't want to be too flashy, but at the same time you want to be solid. I always tell my goalkeepers, during playoffs, if you can give me 2 to 3 saves a game that you're not supposed to make, and then rest of the time, everything you do, you handle adroitly and with precision, we'll win the game. And so as a goalkeeper, you want to practice, you want to train to that stuff, all right? Prepare yourself to play in the game. Once the game is over, enjoy it, wipe the slate clean. If you've won, you've got to start thinking about getting ready for the next game. So the mental aspect of goalkeeping begins right after your game, as always, but maybe more magnified during playoffs than during regular season. If you're lucky enough to get to the Final Four, you've obviously proven that you are sharp, that you've been doing the basics correctly, that you have made 2 or 3 saves a game that you're not supposed to necessarily make. Good luck to everybody. Keep your heads up. Unfortunately, there's only one team at the end of the season who's happy. Everybody else is sad. I hope you're the happy goalkeeper, but remember, the real enjoyment is in playing and competing at the highest level you possibly can. This is EV, the Gandalf of goalkeeping. Keep keeping.